Hi, my name is Rafael. And what if I tell you that a small territory in China with only 1,108 square kilometers makes a huge difference in China's economy? Hong Kong isn't just another Chinese territory, it is much more than that. Hong Kong is the city that connects China to the world and the world to China. Especially when we talk about what makes Hong Kong what it is, the finance. Hong Kong is under a different set of rules than the rest of China, known as the one country, two systems. It has its own currency, an independent legal system, and a democratic government. British played a major role. Before the British took over in 1841, Hong Kong was just a fishing village with a bad and unstable economy. When British handed over Hong Kong back to China, it was about one-fifth of China's economy. Spectacular growth in China over the last 2 decades, since Hong Kong has shrunk to less than 3% of China's economy. Now the question is, why is Hong Kong so economically important to China? Hong Kong is economically important to China in a bunch of different ways. One of them is the Chinese issuance of dollar denomination bonds. It means that if a Chinese company wants to expand overseas, it needs to raise money outside mainland China. At the moment, a third of all dollar bond issuance by Chinese company happens in Hong Kong. It is a similar story when it comes to stock market. 3/4 of all funding from offshore IPOs is raised in Hong Kong, where investors are comfortable putting their money into mainland-based companies. With the Hong Kong currency pegged to the US dollar, that means Chinese companies can get ready access to some of the deepest capital markets in the world. Chinese companies could list elsewhere, but a highly liquid market on their doorsteps make Hong Kong an easier and more attractive option. In other words, China uses Hong Kong's currency equity and debt markets to attract foreign funds, while international companies uses Hong Kong as a launchpad to expand into mainland China. Apart from that, there are a lot of inside schemes between Hong Kong and China that are not out for the public. But we know that it is an import and export matter, and it is beneficial for both Hong Kong and China in a huge scale. Hong Kong may have become politically unstable and a source of discomfort for mainland China. But if China is to dismantle the firewall between mainland and Hong Kong, it's not just Hong Kong and the Asian financial hub that would suffer. Corporate China would also find itself left in a very bad situation. Because of that and a lot of other facts, Hong Kong is very important to China economically. And if it wasn't for Hong Kong, maybe China wouldn't be where it is today. Thanks. This was my speech about why is Hong Kong economically important to China.